Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily. Today we're going to be working through a strong heart-focused flow, so really opening up our heart and our chest. So without anything further ado, grab yourself some comfy clothes, a mat, and let's get started. Find a comfortable cross-legged seat on your mat, closing your eyes. Reaching your spine nice and tall, and just start tuning into your breath, breathing in and out through the nose, feeling that expansion across your chest, all the way down into your belly. Just start observing what you're feeling across your body, but also what you're observing and what you're feeling in your heart. So we're going to work through a heart-focused flow today, really bringing the attention towards this area of our body, but also the emotions that we feel in our body. So breathing into whatever it is you're feeling, just observing these sensations, these emotions, allowing them to exist. Allowing yourself to just be. So next inhale, you can reach your hands all the way up. Palms come to meet. And then right hand comes down to the mat as we reach the left hand up and over, taking a big side stretch. Take a round of breath and then inhale back through center. We exhale to the other side. Keeping the chest nice and open here is really looking underneath the arm. So next inhale, we'll come back through center. And exhaling, we're going to twist, looking over the right shoulder. Left hand comes to the outside of the right knee. Take a full round of breath. And then inhale, reaching your hands back up through center. We exhale to twist to the other side. So next inhale, reach your hands all the way up. And this time as we exhale, hands come down in front of us. We're folding over, allowing the head and shoulders to get heavy. As we bring our weight forwards, breathing into the back of the body. And then inhaling to come back through center. You can change the cross of your legs, and we'll do the same on the other side. Inhaling to reach the hands up. Right hand comes down to the mat. As we exhale, left hand reaches up and over. Inhaling back through center. Exhaling, left hand comes to the mat. Right hand reaches up and over. And then inhaling back through center, this time twisting again, turning first towards the right, left hand to the outside of the right knee, reaching the crown of the head up, and then coming back through center. As we exhale to twist, looking over the left shoulder, right hand comes to the outside of the left knee. And then we inhale all the way back through center. Both hands reach up. Before reaching forwards, we're folding forwards, letting the head and shoulders get heavy, feeling that stretch across our glutes, our hips. And then gently, as you next inhale, we'll start by uncurling the base of the spine. And then just keeping the hands where we are, we're going to rock forwards, meeting in our all fours. Toes can be tucked or untucked as you inhale to lift your chest, cow spine. Exhale to curl and round your spine, cat. Working here with your breath, inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Go for one more round. We come to our neutral spine, and then here we're just going to bend into the elbows, taking chaturanga arms, lowering down to the mat, then reaching it back up. Elbows stay close to the body, chaturanga arms, chin comes down to the mat, and then pressing back up. Once again, lower yourself down, keeping those elbows close to your body. Inhale to reach it up, and exhale, we come all the way back to an active balasana pose. So we're reaching the hands forwards in active child's pose, lifting onto the fingertips to feel that extra stretch across our chest. As we next exhale, plant the palms, we're rocking forward, toes are tucked, plank pose. So you exhale, squeeze the glutes and the shoulder blades, hanging cobra. To exhale, bending generously into the knees, downward facing dog. Inhale to come up onto your toes. Exhale, plank pose. We're moving back into our hanging cobra, squeezing the glutes. And exhaling, sending the hips all the way back, downward facing dog. We'll go once again, inhaling up onto the toes, curling the spine forwards, dropping the hips, squeezing the glutes and shoulder blades. Hanging cobra, and as we exhale, downward facing dog. So next inhale, lift your gaze. You can slowly walk, step, hop, or jump. We're going to meet in our Uttanasana, forward fold at the top of the mat. Inhale for Ardha Uttanasana, flat back extension. Exhaling to fold. And then inhaling vertebrae by vertebrae, come all the way up to Tadasana, mountain pose, reaching the hands up and bringing them down through your heart center. And then releasing them all the way back up again. Inhaling as we exhale, hands come behind the back, interlacing the fingers. We're squeezing the shoulder blades, pulling the chest up, and then maybe lifting our gaze, going for a little back bend. So you exhale, generous bend in the knees. We're folding forwards. Hands stay as they are. So we're reaching them up and over the head. You can take a little bend in the knees here. Maybe just finding a little bit of release across the hamstrings. We're breathing into the chest, keeping that expansion. Exhale to release the hands down to the mat. We inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, flat back extension. Exhaling, step it back to your plank pose. Chaturanga all the way down to the mat, and then we're going to lift the chest, coming to our cobra pose, really squeezing the shoulder blades. You should be able to lift your hands here, maybe even reaching the hands behind you towards your toes. If you want to take it a bit further, you can also lift your feet. We're coming to our bow pose variation, squeezing all the muscles across the back of the body, and then exhaling to release all the way down. Hands come to the outside of the mat, shoulder height. We inhale for a long cobra. Exhale to melt back down to the mat. Inhaling. Exhale to melt back down. Once more, inhale to lift your chest, squeeze your shoulder blades. And exhale to release. Hands will come underneath the shoulders, tucking your toes. We're pressing all the way back to an active balasana, so active child's pose. Hips come towards the heels, coming up onto your fingertips. And then as you next inhale, plant the palms, rocking it back forwards to our plank. And exhaling, downward facing dog. So you next inhale, we're going to lift the right leg. Right knee comes to right elbow, then to the left elbow, then sending it all the way back, three-legged dog. We go again, this time knee to left elbow, then to right elbow, then sending it all the way back, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee comes to center, step the foot in between the two hands. We're rising for a high lunge. Inhale as you exhale, cactus out the arms, squeezing the shoulder blades. Take an inhale, and then as we next exhale, hands release down and forwards. We're coming to extended lunge, reaching forward, weight is in the right foot. Inhale, high lunge, pressing back up to then bring that left knee down, Anjaneyasana, cactus out the arms as you exhale. And then continue the movement. Hands come down to frame the front foot. We lift our chest, exhale, half splits. Send the hips back towards back of the mat. Inhale to rock it back forwards. Plant your palms. We're going to send that right leg all the way back. All fours, right legs extended. And we're going back for Chaturanga arms. Inhaling to lift. Exhaling to lower, keeping the elbows close towards the body. We go for one more round, lowering down, and then inhaling to lift. Exhale, knee comes in towards your chin. As we exhale, send the foot back out. You can either stay here, or if you want to take your tiger's pose, reaching left hand to right leg, pressing that right foot into the left hand to lift your chest. Find your drishti. Inhale, and as you exhale, gently release. Bring your knee back towards your chin. Right foot steps in between the two hands. We come back to Anjaneyasana. Back toes are tucked as we lift up, high lunge, cactusing out the arms as we next exhale, and then reaching them forwards, extended warrior. Inhale here, weight slowly transfers to the right leg as we step the left to meet the right, Utkatasana, chair pose. You can reach your hands behind you, and if you want that extra challenge, come up onto your toes. So we next exhale, heels come back down to the mat, reaching the hands forwards. And then coming all the way to Tadasana. Exhale, hands come behind the back. Once again, reaching the chest forward by squeezing the shoulder blades. Gaze comes up. Generous bend in the knees. We're hinging from the hips, folding forwards, Uttanasana. Once again, you can walk it out with your knees, feeling that release across your hamstrings. And as we next exhale, we'll slowly release the hands down to the mat. Inhaling for flat back extension, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhaling to fold. Hands come down to the mat. We step it back, plank pose. Inhale here. As you exhale, lower all the way down towards the mat. Untucking your toes. We're going to come all the way back to our full bow, or you can take the variation we had before. So for a full bow, we're bringing the feet towards the hands, pressing the feet just as we did in our tiger to lift the chest up as we pull the hands away from the body. We're squeezing the glutes and then slowly and controlled releasing all the way back down. Hands come to the outside of the mat as we inhale for our rolling cobras, exhaling to melt back down to the mat. Inhale to lift your chest, exhale to melt it back down. Inhaling, lifting your chest. Exhaling, we come all the way back down. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, toes are tucked, active balasana, child's pose. We send the hips all the way back towards the back of the mat. So you next inhale, lift your gaze, plant your palms. We're rocking it back to our plank. And then exhaling, downward facing dog. Left leg reaches up, left knee to left elbow. Cross it over to right elbow, send it all the way back, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to right elbow, then to left elbow, then all the way back, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee comes to center, then left foot steps in between the two hands. We reach it all the way up, high lunge. Inhale here as you exhale, cactus out the arms, squeezing the shoulder blades to lift your chest. And as you next exhale, releasing the hands, come all the way down and forwards, extended high lunge. Inhale, high lunge. We exhale to drop the right knee, cactusing out the arms. And then slowly release, hands come down to frame the left foot. We're sending all the way back to our half splits. Folding over the left leg. Inhale to rock it back forwards. Planting your palms. We're going to slowly slide the left foot all the way towards the back of the mat. And then we're going to come for a chaturanga arms. Inhaling to press back up. We're squeezing the glutes as the core as we exhale to roll down. Inhale to push up. Once more, lowering down to the mat. Inhaling, reaching up as you exhale, knee curls in towards your chin. We inhale to send it back. You can either stay here or take your tiger's pose as you reach the right hand towards the left foot. Pressing left foot into the right hand to lift your chest, lift your gaze. Inhale. And as we exhale, we gently release. Bring that right hand back to the mat. Left knee curls in towards the chin. We step left foot in between the two hands and come all the way up, Anjaneyasana. Pressing into the back toes, we exhale for cactus arms in our high lunge. Reaching the hands all the way forwards for extended high plank. And then once again, weight comes into the left foot as we step it to our Utkatasana, chair pose, reaching the hands all the way back as you squeeze the shoulder blades to lift your chest. If you want to play with it, you can come up onto your toes, lifting your heels, finding and keeping your drishti. And then whenever you're ready, slowly bring the heels back down to the mat. We reach the hands all the way back up, chair pose for a moment before we straighten the legs, coming all the way back to our Tadasana. Hands reach down, and then this time we inhale to reach them up. As we exhale, we just take a little back bend here. And then as you next exhale, hinging from the hips, coming for a forward fold. Inhale for Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. We step it back to our plank. And then lowering all the way down towards the mat to inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take a round of breath in your downward dog, maybe shaking out the head or walking out the legs and the feet. Anything that feels good and that your body's asking for. And then from our down dog, we're going to come to our dolphin pose. So bringing the elbows down to the mat, really bringing our shoulders on top of the elbows. We're going to play here with coming for a three-legged dolphin. So you can lift maybe one leg and then the other. If you have pincha in your practice and you'd like to take it here, you can also take a full pincha. Wherever you are, you're breathing, you're pressing those elbows and your shoulders, lifting up and out from the mat. And then slowly pressing back into the hands, come back to downward dog. Take a big inhale, and as you exhale, sigh out. We'll bring our knees down to the mat and meet in our balasana, child's pose. Toes are untucked, hands can reach towards the back of the mat. Allow your breath to soften as you melt back down. Observing sensations in your heart, the thoughts in your mind, as you bring your full attention back to your breath. Starting from the base of the spine, we're going to slowly uncurl to meet a kneeling position in the back of the mat. We're going to work through a camel, so you can always bring a blanket underneath your knees or just keep your toes untucked. Otherwise, we'll be tucking our toes. And then we're going to bring the left hand towards the left heel as we reach the right hand out towards the side. Inhale here as you exhale, sweep the hand forwards. Then inhaling, press your hips forward, squeezing the glutes as we reach that right hand up and back. Coming for a half camel. Exhaling, we go to the other side. Right hand meets the right heel as we lift the left, squeezing the glutes to protect our lower back. We keep moving here, side to side, reaching the hips forwards, the hands all the way up. And then exhaling to move it forwards before we move to the other side. You can either stay here, working through your flows, or if you'd like to take a full camel pose, we'll slowly move to that, reaching your hands or both hands towards your heels. Here we're really squeezing the shoulder blades to lift the chest. Gaze is either up towards the ceiling, or if you're comfortable, you can allow the head of the weight to drop back, looking all the way back and over. We're pressing the hips forwards by squeezing the glutes, protecting our lower back. And then as we exhale, we come out of it really gently. Chin comes to chest first. Release one hand, then the next towards your lower back. And slowly bring yourself back through center. You can untuck your toes. We're going to reach the hands all the way back as we come to our child's pose, balasana. Taking our time here as we breathe back into the vertebrae, to the back of the body, inviting that space. As we inhale and exhaling, releasing any tension. You can always sigh out through the mouth. We're here for a few more rounds of breath, softening, releasing, and then gently we'll come back to kneeling position. You can roll into either side of your glutes as we come to meet back in the seated position at the top of the mat. You can give your little shoulders a little roll or anything that feels good. We're going to reach the hands all the way out and up and go for a gentle twist to either side. So exhaling as we look over the shoulder and then inhaling to come back through center. We move to the other side. You next inhale, reach both of the hands all the way up. Palms meet and come down through heart center, meeting here with our hands that are Anjali Mudra. Take a few moments to give your body some thanks for the movement and give yourself thanks for making time today to move and connect with your body and your breath and your heart. And as always, I thank you for allowing me to guide you through this practice. Thank you so much. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today for this faster paced, heart opening flow. If you'd like to give it a thumbs up or write a comment below, I read through them all. So if you have any suggestions, please let me know. And I will see you next time. Bye.